I just
I'll-
have an
I'll-
office number.
I'll give him a call right now.
Thank you.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the planning board meeting. We should be starting shortly. We are missing one person from our board and to make quorum, and hopefully he will show up shortly. That should be him. Oh, it's Isaiah.
Isaiah, you say Evan. There's Larry.
Oh yeah, you have my name,
there it is.
Isaiah. I'm gonna have to change your name.
All right, Larry, I just texted
Good
you.
evening.
Sorry, Evan, I had to use your link. I couldn't find mine.
It's all good.
Oh, Isaiah.
All
How's
right,
it going, Larry? Good to see you.
Has the board met, Isaiah?
I did today. I don't know if Jim has.
Yeah, I was over there today. Yep. Pleasure to see you online now, Isaiah.
Likewise.
I just want to let you guys know I am in northern New Jersey, but it looks like I'm having broadband connection issues. So I'm going to keep my camera off. I apologize for that, for everybody who wanted to see my ugly mug, but Evan is a co-host and will be controlling things from here.
All right. So get started. Tony
Yes, ma'am.
Gonzalez. Did you say something, Rob?
No, ma'am, go ahead.
Okay. All right, Tony Gonzalez, Chair, calling together the planning board meeting for Tuesday, November 1st, 6 p.m. Roll call, James Sweeney,
Here.
Larry Hassan,
Here.
and then you just have me, the chair. We are down one board member, so a lot of items have been moved or continued until we get another member of the board. And it's my understanding that what's on the agenda has to be either unanimous or 2 out of 3. Is that correct, Rob?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Okay,
Site plan reviews need to be unanimous. Subdivisions, just 2 out of 3.
all right. I'm just going to quickly read the opening statement. This meeting is being recorded in accordance with the government order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Law, Chapter 38, Section 20. Real-time public participation and comment can be addressed to the planning board utilizing the Zoom virtual meeting software for remote access. This application will allow users to view the meeting and send a comment or question to the chair via the question and answer function. Submitted text comments will be read into the record. For those of you joining by phone, press *9. If you want to ask a question, please raise your hand. A copy of this recording will be on the city's web pages. All votes will be done via roll call to ensure account accuracy. So quickly to review the agenda, after we do a lot release, if anyone here is for 1449 Main Street, return to ZBA, that's been continued. Also 48 North Pearl Street, return to ZBA, has been continued. 124 Bradley Ave, return to ZBA, continued. And we have a preliminary subdivision, 262 Winter Street, 34 Kent Street has also been continued. So if you're here for any of those 4, you can stay on or drop off. It's your call. Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
I just want to state that I am out of town, and with the holidays going on, it will probably be Monday or Tuesday before this meeting is posted on the city's webpage. We usually have them up within 48 hours, but that is not going to happen this week. I apologize for that.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Okay, did the board members get a chance to read the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
A motion to accept the minutes?
Motion to accept minutes?
Second,
Okay, roll call, James,
Yes.
Larry,
yes.
Tony, yes. Okay. No A and Rs, correct, Evan?
Nope, none.
Just one lot release you want to review?
Yep, that's it. It's just 432 Crescent Street. You got the surety today. It's good to go.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Motion to release 432 Crescent Street?
Second,
Okay, roll call, James,
Yes.
Larry,
yes.
Tony, yes. Oh, and thank you, James, for actually addressing the street. So when we're making a motion on any of these applicants, please cite what it's for and what the street name address is, please. Okay, I don't think there's anything else. We can get right into the agenda, correct, Evan?
Yep, sure can.
Okay. So first up is a site plan approval for 148 North Montello. Representative J.K. Holmgren. Applicant is Woodward's Auto Spring Shop, Inc.
Yeah,
We have
board
anybody
members,
here? Oh, there's Scott. I'm sorry.
just a little slower than you are, Rob. Scott Farrier, J.K. Holmgren, representing Woodward Autos, for a site plan at 148 North Montello Street. Woodward has been in business since the 1920s. At their current location of North Montello Street and Charles Street, they are looking to build a freestanding 9,600 square foot building on their property. We went through the technical review process way back in July. We have made all the changes, submitted everything to you folks. Really, the tech review changes were all pretty minor. The one thing that came up during tech review, there was a water main that at one point ran from Charles Street across our property to an old school. I believe it might have been the Washington School, but I'm not 100% sure. But an old school that was on an abutting property that's obviously no longer there. Folks at the DPW are pretty sure that water service has been removed going back 30 or 40 years ago. There's a chance that it is still in the ground just because they don't have any plans or notes that says it was removed. So we were asked to provide an easement along the side of our property, just in case that water main is still in place. So we've done that, and that's kind of been the holdup for the last couple of months in coming before you folks. The planning department wanted us to have that plan recorded, and it's for a whole bunch of reasons. It's been kind of painful getting it recorded, but we finally did. So we've taken care of that issue. Really, the only other issues were just a separate grease and oil separator for the sewer line leaving the building, since there will be overhead doors with the chance of vehicles being parked inside the building. We need to have a grease and oil separator that ties into the municipal sewer line. So we added that. That was one comment that came up at tech review. Besides that, Madam Chair, I think it's a pretty straightforward plan. Property is zoned industrial, so it's an allowed use in this zone.
Okay. We'll open it up to questions to the board.
Madam Chair, if I could, can you run us through the plan?
Yeah.
Do you have it? Can you bring it up?
Or
Draw
maybe
it up.
Evan can do it.
Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Is not it. Tell me you're seeing that.
There you go.
We're seeing it. Yes.
All right, good. Seeing, I'm at least surprising Isaiah anyways, nobody else but Isaiah. So here's the plan, folks. North Montello Street, Charles Street, their existing building, 148 North Montello Street, the land behind their building coming in off of Charles Street. We're putting the building pretty much where their side yard is. It's an existing grass area right off of the existing edge of pavement. So we're adding this 60 by 160 building right here on the westerly side of the property. The entrance will remain off of Charles Street like it is now. Plenty of parking in front of this new warehouse building, and there'll still be adequate travel widths between our new parking spaces and the existing building. So circulation from North Montello Street to Charles, or from Charles out to North Montello Street, is not a problem as a result of this building. And we also do have a subsurface drainage area proposed that'll handle all the roof runoff. Proposed development.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Board members, questions? And I'm sorry, I forgot to announce we have Deputy Chief Ed Williams with us as well. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, we're all set. We went through the site plan review process. We're good with it.
Okay, good.
Thank
All
you.
right. And thanks for getting that easement plan over, Scott.
Madam Chair, if I could, is there a street level view of what, from Charles Street, what it will look like? Just by chance, do you have that?
I mean, I do not have it.
Okay.
Mr. Sweeney, I don't. It's gonna be your, it's pretty much gonna match the existing building. It'll be concrete block like the existing building.
Okay, okay.
All right, is this open to public comment? And if yes, do we have anyone?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry.
And is there anyone with
Anybody
their
wishing
hand
to-
raised?
I do not have anybody with their hand raised.
Okay, then. We'll close public comment. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve with the following conditions. The city engineer must review and approve the site plan revisions before permits are granted.
Second,
And for just the street address that you're approving?
I'm sorry. 148 North Montello Street, site plan approval, Wooded Auto Springs.
Okay, and I heard a second. So roll call, James,
yes.
Larry,
Yes.
myself, yes. Okay, thank you, Scott.
Thank you very much, folks.
Scott.
I'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, next up. We have site plan approval, the Westgate Mall, Bank of America. The applicant is New Westgate Mall LLC. And we have RJ O'Connell and Associates, Inc. representing.
And everyone who's part of this presentation, raise your hand, please, so we can move you over to a panelist. Thank you.
Tim Sullivan and Brian. I thought I'd moved John to it. Excuse me. There he goes.
Good evening, Evan. Can you hear me?
Yes,
We can.
Great. I think my colleague, Tim Sullivan, is going to do an introduction, and then I will share with you a small, quick PowerPoint presentation to explain the project.
Thanks, Brian. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. Thanks for having us. Tim Sullivan of Goulston and Stores here on behalf of New England Development, the owner of the Westgate Mall. Brian is with RJ O'Connell and Associates, and we're here tonight regarding the site plan review for the construction of a 4,600 square foot Bank of America branch at the Westgate Mall. As many of you know, I'm sure there have been various improvements to the property in recent years. This is another opportunity to continue that trend at the mall. This project is a construction of a new building. It's in the parking lot where there's currently a Bank of America ATM kiosk near the IHOP that will go away. The kiosk will go away. IHOP stays. By way of background, we filed this application, went through the technical review process. We received very helpful feedback, some related to circulation and stormwater and signage, all of which was incorporated. We had another meeting and the tech review process approved that. So the plans before you tonight have been vetted by city staff, incorporate those comments and are reflective of those. So with that, I think Brian can walk you through the plan we have, and we're both available for any questions.
Thank you. Who's going to pull up the plan? Okay, here we go.
Can the board see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So thank you, Tim and Madam Chair. For the record, my name is Brian Dundon. I am a site civil engineer with RJ O'Connell and Associates. I'm actually the entity that prepared the site plan review package that Tim alluded to that went through tech review. So quickly with us. Oh, must understand. Oh. So quickly before us tonight, as mentioned, Tim did an introduction. I am here. We also have Mr. Tuig, who represents New Westgate Mall LLC with us tonight, should there be any questions regarding the mall that Mr. Tuig could answer. As Tim alluded to, we are proposing a 4,600 square foot freestanding structure on the southwesterly portion of the Westgate Mall property. I'm sure the board is familiar with Westgate Mall. It is a 48-acre site. And at the southwesterly end, where you see the small green little area with the cloud, is the general locust area where the Bank of America project is proposed, which has direct frontage along Westgate Mall Drive. To the north of the Westgate Mall, excuse me, to the north of the Bank of America building is the existing IHOP restaurant. To the south is Starbucks. As you will notice that in the area where we're planning this freestanding structure, there are two existing mall and curb cuts into the mall. The plan is to maintain those curb cuts. They will not be altered. At the conclusion of the construction and redevelopment of this project, will result in a net increase of about 3,500 square feet of additional landscaped area on the mall proper. And as a result of that, there will be a reduction in paved surface area. The redevelopment and the inclusion of the Bank of America building also allows us to enhance and improve traffic circulation within the vicinity of the developed area. And this will come in the form of island end caps at the ends of the parking rows, as you see here with the dark green trees shown around the perimeter edges. We have also defined the main traffic aisles with traffic control striping and signage. Stop signs and lane striping will be added as shown. We have also provided provisions for ADA accessible parking spaces to be located at the front entry area, which is in this general location in here. It should be noted that as part of the Bank of America operation, there will be two drive-up ATM kiosk buildings located along the side of the Bank of America that fronts along Westgate Drive. You see two vehicles parked in the kiosk locations, with a third being the bypass lane. So in the event that the queue tends to back up a little bit, customers will have the ability to freely bypass the drive-through queue lane to enter the building at the front area. We are also, again, to promote and enhance traffic circulation. You are seeing at various points within the development program, wayfinding signage to direct customers either to the ATM drive-through kiosk area or to the front entry area. It should be noted that this wayfinding signage was worked out and recommended at our technical design review meeting. In addition to the landscape enhancements being shown, the existing utility infrastructure, that is sewer, water, gas, electric, and telephone, are all readily available to this area of the mall, and they all have sufficient capacity to accommodate this project. It should be noted as part of our stormwater system, the roof area of the Bank of America building has been designed such that it will be collected and routed to a subsurface drainage basin that will store that water and infiltrate it back into the ground. That'll be located underneath the parking lot area in this general area. So in short, those are the major site planned improvements to accommodate the Bank of America building. I do have to show you, again, a summary of where we are. Here's a rendering of what the Bank of America, I have a bigger version of this plan to show you next. But just to summarize, it's a freestanding building to be operated by Bank of America. We have upgraded, improved some traffic circulation, increased the amount of landscaped area. And the existing infrastructure has sufficient capacity to accommodate our project. It should just be noted that we are located within the general commercial zoning district and also the C6 regional shopping center district, and the bank/lending institution type use is an allowed use subject to site plan review. As my colleague Tim alluded to, we were before the Tech Review Committee at its last hearing in September, and they have confirmed that their comments that they previously raised have been adequately addressed and are reflected on the plans that were submitted for this application. Again, here's a rough location of the utility plan. As you'll see in this area here, this is the location of the subsurface drainage basin that'll collect runoff from the roof, store it in this basin, and allow it to infiltrate into the subsurface soils. From a rendering standpoint, is a blow up, as I mentioned before, taken along the front and the side of the building where the 2 ATM kiosks are planned. So in short, though, that's the project before you that we're seeking approval on. And our team is more than happy to address and answer any questions that you may have. I think I can stop sharing now if you'd like.
Actually, can you go back to the previous plan? One more,
This one?
the one
Utility-
where it shows the parking and the greenage, the new greenage. There you go. Yeah. So I'm glad to see this plan in front of us. I do banking over on Belmont Street, and it's a nightmare over there because you need another branch over here badly. But my question for you is, along the entrance to the mall between IHOP and those parking spaces, are there going to be parking curbs so that cars can't cut through that little area? Because that is a busy entrance.
There, if you can see my,
Yes, I see that
Okay.
line.
there'll be curbed islands here and here and along here, here and here. Then there's a longitudinal curbed island, landscaped island here.
Okay,
This parking, again, one of the comments that came out was that we heard at Tech Review is IHOP on the weekends tends to get a little busy, so we've provided some parking for them in this area. And here we feel that they'll use these spaces during the weekends or during the busy times to access the restaurant.
okay, good. So the entrance for the Bank of America is on the other end of the
That
building.
is correct. Yes, it is.
That is a good plan. All right, thank you. Any questions from the board?
Madam Chair, it's Larry. No question, I just wanted to bring up that because I was at the tech meeting, there was no need for a dumpster because all the rubbish is taken off-site every night. That was what I remember, right? Because a lot of people during some of the meetings ask about where's your dumpster location. I just wanted to clarify that, that's all.
Yes, that is correct. So what happens is that what I consider white paper, business transaction paper between the bank and customers, that type of paper waste is segregated separately and stored on site, and a outside contractor comes to the site and shreds that information, as it does have sensitive account information on it. It does not leave the site. It is taken to a mobile shredder. Mobile shredder shreds it on site and then leaves. General waste, lunch bags, general waste that is not shredded is taken by hand. It's bagged internal to the building, and every night when the bank is cleaned, the cleaning company takes it and disposes of it at its place of operation.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
again, no
I just
need for
wanted to
the-
clarify that, but thank you very much. That's all I had for questions, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Larry. James?
I don't think I have any additional questions that weren't already raised and answered.
Okay. Is this open to the public?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're attending this meeting and would like to make a comment, please use the raise your hand icon at the bottom of the screen to signify that you would like to talk, or press *9 if you are on a telephone. And Madam Chair, I do not see anyone with their hand up at the moment.
Okay, is there a motion?
Motion to approve with standard conditions for Westgate Drive, New Westgate Mall LLC, Bank of America.
Second,
All right, roll call, James,
yes.
Larry,
Yes.
Tony. Okay, thank you.
you.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have definitive subdivision, Petronelli Way, Brockton Redevelopment Authority. The applicant is New Vision Enterprises, and J.K. Holmgren is representing.
Thank you again, Madam Chair, board members. Scott Farrier, J.K. Holmgren Engineering, representing New Vision Enterprises on this definitive subdivision. I'll try again. Here we go. So what we have, folks, is a subdivision of property that's currently owned by the city of Brockton through the redevelopment authority. It's basically land that's currently a parking lot between Petronelli Way and Franklin Street, and then between Franklin Street and Court Street. And my client, Joe Gonzalez from New Vision, is hoping to construct a building on Lot A. And as part of his agreement with the city, he was to do this definitive subdivision plan where the city is looking to redivide the property, and the main reason behind it was to propose 2 new roadways. One that will connect between Petronelli and Franklin Street in the north-south direction, and then a second one that'll go between Franklin and Court Street, again in the north-south direction. So that's what this plan proposes to do, is divide the property, create Lot A, which New Vision will hopefully be coming before you folks with a site plan on relatively soon, and then to lay out the future roadways for Lot B and Lot E as worked on with the planning department, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Scott. Board members, questions?
I don't have any questions. I just have a comment that I think New Visions Enterprises has done a pretty good job so far in the city, so I have confidence that they'll continue to do that for our city in that specific area.
Yeah, I would second that, Larry. I actually took a tour of a different project that they did, and I too have confidence in what they're doing. So, because I could see it firsthand. So, other than that, I'm good for questions.
All right, thank you. It's open for public comment, Rob.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions or comments, please use the raise your hand icon at the bottom of your screen. If you move your cursor over towards the bottom, the menu should become available for you to use. And Madam Chair, I do not see any hands up at this time.
All right, thank you, Rob. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve Petronelli Way Property Brockton Redevelopment Authority applicant New Visions Enterprises.
Second,
All right, roll call, James,
yes.
Larry,
Yes.
and a yes from me. All right, thank you, Scott.
Thank you, folks. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you soon.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Good
Thanksgiving.
night.
So I think that concludes our meeting unless there's other business. Okay, motion to adjourn,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
roll call, James,
Yes.
Larry,
Yes.
and it's a yes. All right, good night, everyone, and enjoy your holidays with your
Thanks,
family.
everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Kevin, Isaiah, and Rob. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Bye-bye.
Happy holidays to you too, Larry, and
Thank you.
everybody else.
Bye, guys.